Hello, high achievers and future world dominators. Let me ask you something. Have you ever set a goal so big, so grand, that it felt like you were trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops? Maybe it's been a New Year's resolution that fizzled out faster than a cheap sparkler on January 2nd. Don't worry, we've all been there. But today, my friend, we're putting an end to aimless dreaming and upgrading to purpose-driven action. Here's the deal. Most people fail at achieving their goals because their goals suck. That's right. I said it. I want to get fit, or I want to be successful. Sounds nice, but it's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Vague goals lead to vague results, or no results at all. So, what do you do when life hands you a pile of dreams and no instructions? You turn to a tried and true method. SMART goals. Yes, SMART. The method that sounds like something your overly enthusiastic manager brings up in meetings, but it's actually genius when done right. Let's dive into it, shall we? Grab your coffee, your notebook, and maybe a dash of determination, because this journey is about to get real, raw, and ridiculously rewarding. Let's start with the first letter of SMART. S stands for specific. If your goal isn't specific, it's like trying to hit a bullseye while blindfolded. The more precise your goal, the better your chances of actually achieving it. Instead of saying, I want to travel, say, I'm booking a flight to Italy in June to explore Rome, Florence, and Venice. It's about getting so clear and detailed that even your grandma knows exactly what you're aiming for. Or think about saving money. I want to save money is just wishful thinking. But I will save $5,000 by setting aside $200 from each paycheck over the next 6 months. Now that's a goal with teeth. Specificity separates dreamers from doers. Remember, if your goal is hazy, your results will be too. When you're specific, you're not just throwing darts at random. You're locking in on your target with laser focus. Moving on, let's talk about the second letter. M for measurable. If you can't track it, you can't achieve it. Simple as that. Measurement gives you a clear indicator of progress, which is not just satisfying, but also incredibly motivating. It's like having a scoreboard for your life. You always know if you're winning. Instead of vaguely saying, I want to get in shape, set a measurable goal like, I'll lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 3 times a week and tracking my calorie intake. Watching your progress, whether it's a shrinking number on the scale or a growing savings account, feels like a high five from your future self. The more you measure, the more you'll stay on track and see how far you've come. Measurable goals turn your efforts into tangible results, and there's no better motivator than seeing those results stack up. Now, let's address the third letter, A, for achievable. This is where reality checks come in handy. Achievability is about striking the perfect balance between challenging yourself and staying realistic. Sure, dreaming big is important, but setting impossible goals is a surefire way to burn out. Saying, I'll run a marathon next week when you've never jogged a mile? That's a one-way ticket to disappointment city. Instead, aim for something like, I'll complete a 5K in 2 months and build from there. Achievable goals keep you motivated, consistent, and feeling accomplished. It's like building a staircase, one step at a time. And let's be real, if you try to skip all the steps, you're probably going to trip and fall. Progress happens step by step, not in giant leaps. Being realistic doesn't mean you're settling. It means you're setting yourself up for sustainable success. Let's talk about the fourth letter, R for relevant. Now, relevance is where you ask yourself the big philosophical question. Why does this even matter to me? It's like the heart of your goal. If your goal isn't tied to your core values, you're basically just ticking boxes for no reason. Imagine saying, I want to learn how to juggle chainsaws. Cool? Sure. Relevant? Only if you're planning to join a circus. Instead, your goals should align with what truly matters to you. If you're working on building your career, focus on something like, I'll complete a professional certification in the next 6 months to enhance my skills and boost my resume. Relevant goals have a direct impact on your life, your values, and your priorities. They make you want to leap out of bed in the morning, or at least hit snooze only once. And now, the final piece. T for time-bound. Deadlines. Oh, the love-hate relationship we all have with them. But here's the thing. A goal without a deadline is like a Netflix binge without a next episode button. You're just floating in limbo. Time-bound goals keep you accountable and on track. Instead of saying, someday I'll start my own business, say, by December 31st, I'll have a business plan drafted and reviewed. It's specific, it's measurable, and it's locked into a time frame. Deadlines push you to take action rather than procrastinate. And let's be honest, procrastination is just a fancy word for, I'll figure it out later. Time-bound goals create urgency, and urgency is the fuel that drives success. Now that we've cracked the SMART code, let's look at how this method can transform different areas of your life. Want to get fit? Set a SMART goal like, I'll run a 5K in 3 months by training 3 times a week and gradually increasing my distance. Looking to improve your finances? Try, I'll save $10,000 in 1 year by cutting unnecessary expenses, setting up a monthly budget, and automating savings. Even relationships can benefit. I'll spend 1 evening a week on a date night with my partner to strengthen our connection. The beauty of SMART is its versatility. It works for personal goals, career aspirations, even big team projects. Use it to learn a new language, launch a side hustle, or finally organize that chaotic closet you've been avoiding. When you apply SMART to every area of life, you'll see how quickly things start falling into place. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever used the SMART method for setting your goals? Or maybe you've realized why your past goals didn't quite work out. Drop a comment below and tell me how you're planning to make your goals smarter. Let's share some ideas and inspire each other. But let's pause for a moment. When should you not use SMART? Believe it or not, there are times when this method isn't the best fit. For instance, if you're in the brainstorming phase and still exploring possibilities, SMART can feel restrictive. It's not ideal for creative processes where flexibility and open-ended thinking are essential. You don't need to paint a masterpiece specific and time-bound. Sometimes, you just need to let the creativity flow. Additionally, if you're tackling highly complex or long-term projects with multiple moving parts, SMART alone might oversimplify the process. These scenarios often call for a broader framework that can adapt to changing priorities. That's when tools like OKR come into play, offering a way to align goals across teams and track progress on a bigger scale. And speaking of OKRs, what makes them so powerful? While SMART focuses on individual clarity, OKRs are designed to unite and inspire entire teams. Imagine taking the precision of SMART and amplifying it across an organization to create alignment, accountability, and, yes, some serious results. Ready to uncover how OKRs can revolutionize your approach to goal setting? Let's dive into OKRs, objectives and key results. If SMART is your personal fitness trainer, OKRs are the coach who takes an entire team and turns them into champions. They're bold, they're dynamic, and they'll have you wondering why you didn't start using them sooner. OKRs are about defining where you want to go, your objectives, and figuring out how you'll measure progress along the way, which are your key results. Think of the objective as your inspiring destination and the key results as the GPS that ensures you're on track. Unlike SMART, which focuses on the individual, OKRs are designed for collaboration and alignment within teams or organizations. Imagine this. Your objective is to become a leader in customer satisfaction. Ambitious, right? But how will you know if you're getting there? By setting clear key results, like increasing your Net Promoter Score from 60 to 80 in 6 months, resolving 95% of customer complaints within 24 hours, or launching a new customer support portal by the end of the second quarter. These aren't vague aspirations. They're measurable milestones tied directly to your larger goal. Why do OKRs work so well? For starters, they push you to think big and aim high. Unlike SMART goals, which focus on realistic and achievable steps, OKRs encourage you to reach for the stars. They create urgency and ambition, inspiring teams to innovate and push boundaries. At the same time, measurable key results keep you grounded, ensuring you're not just dreaming, you're delivering. Another reason OKRs shine is their transparency. When everyone in an organization knows the overarching objectives and how their roles contribute, it creates alignment and accountability. It's like being part of a band where every instrument works in harmony to create an epic symphony. If you're new to OKRs, start small. Pick one objective and 2 or 3 key results. Test it out with a single team or department before expanding. And remember, OKRs are meant to be flexible. They're reviewed regularly, usually quarterly, so you can adjust as priorities shift or new opportunities arise. Now let's compare SMART and OKRs. SMART goals are your go-to for personal clarity and precise results. They're perfect for individual tasks and projects where accountability is key. If you're learning Spanish, a SMART goal could be, I'll complete 10 lessons on a language app every week for the next 3 months. OKRs, on the other hand, thrive in collaborative and dynamic settings. They're about big picture thinking and uniting teams under a shared mission. If SMART is about precision, OKRs are about vision. They challenge you to go beyond what's easily achievable and focus on collective impact. So, which one is better? Neither. They serve different purposes. The real magic happens when you use them together. Break down your individual tasks with SMART and connect those tasks to a larger purpose using OKRs. Before we wrap up, here's something to think about. What's the biggest goal you're working on right now? How are you planning to tackle it? SMART, OKRs, or both? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation started. I'd love to hear what's driving your ambition and how you're making progress. If this video gave you a spark of inspiration, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on leveling up your life. Share this with someone who needs a little push to get their goals in gear. Remember, whether you're building a personal milestone or working toward world-changing impact, having the right strategy makes all the difference. Let's crush those goals together.